Hey YouTubers, I wanted to show you a recent purchase I made on eBay. These are Nicks custom handmade boots. They're logger type or um, smoke jumper style. Anyhow, I've always wanted a pair of these Nicks boots, and White's also makes excellent boots. Drew's boots. Um, just a handful of American manufacturers that hand make boots like this, and Nicks happens to be one of them, and one of the best, if not the best, in my opinion. But anyhow, these boots normally sell for $450, and um, I didn't want to pay $450 for a new set of boots, so I went online and I found these on eBay, and I bought them for $80 plus 20 shipping, so 100 all in, and I got these. So I wanted to check them out. It's got these nice Vibram, I call them tractor lug, but whatever they're called, they're a Vibram sole. These are screwed down soles that Nicks Boots does, as well as this double stitching. I think they call this a McKay stitching. Not exactly sure, but I believe that's what they call it. They have a couple different techniques that they do. This is one of them. The reason that I also bought them used is if you get a handmade set of Nicks boots or White's boots, they are what they call rebuildable. Now, most boots are going to be resolable, and you all know about that. You just kind of remove out this sole, replace it with another, and this will run you about $100 to get these resoled. To do a rebuild, what they do is they unstitch this top. They remove the top from this entire bottom, and they keep this. Providing this is all in good shape, you can get them rebuilt for $200. And what that gives you is the entire lower toe, heel, back heel, all of this. I think they keep your tongue, I'm not sure, but they can restitch a new one in if yours is bad. But mine's, this thing's perfect. These boots are like unused or barely, they're not even broken in. But anyhow, for $200, they will remove all of this and keep your uppers and then give you a whole new boot. So essentially, when you talk about a broken in boot, about 60% of it is up here because it's wrapped around your ankle and your top of your foot. And this portion here is what breaks in, as well as this, but this will be all new, so you'll have to do the break-in period of the bottom end, but your top will be totally broken in for you already because you're using your existing. And my feeling was, if I got the boots for, in this case, it was $100, and I'm going to use these for a long time before they ever need a rebuild. But when that time comes, $200, and I've got myself a brand new set of boots all over again. But the thing is, if your size is not exactly matching, that's the benefit of the rebuild as well, is that they can take, like these happen to be a 10D, which is my size, and they fit well, and I put some insoles in them so they really fit well, but they probably tend to run a little big with the Nicks boots. I would say if I didn't wear an insole with the Nicks boots, I would say my normal size 10 in every shoe that I have, with the exception of maybe one other, and a couple of tennis shoes that I maybe wear 10 and a half. But the 10 normal is my size, and I would say if I went with the Nicks boot without any insole, just the way they come from the factory, I would probably run a size 9.5 would fit just right. 9 would be probably pushing it maybe, but a 9 to 9.5 probably. And that's without the custom sizing option that they have. And getting back to what I was saying about the rebuild, you could actually trace your foot out and they'll rebuild you a custom set using your uppers. I think it's still the same $200, and that'll get you your perfect size. So that's something to also consider, a custom size set of boots for you. That's unheard of at $200, providing again you have a good set of uppers. The other thing is that, like I said, these are, I believe, a McKay bottom stitching. It's a method that they use. They also have this welted kind of method of doing boots as well with Nicks. And I believe it's a different technique. I'm not quite sure exactly what the benefit or disadvantage of either is, but let's say you wanted the other style, you can easily get that bottom along with that when you purchase the rebuild. So the whole bottom end is replaced. So they can pretty much do anything with respect to sizing or the sole that you want on there. So there's a lot of options that they can do. And anyhow, all that is to say is $100 is a fantastic find in my opinion. For one, the condition of these boots are, as you can see, just in immaculate shape. The real way that I can tell is just by looking at the heel, and you can see there's just a very slight amount of wear on one side. Usually if you pull out your own shoes, you'll see that there's a wear pattern one side or the other, but these hardly have any wear at all, and you can see they really just are just aching to be worn. And these soles normally last a good long while. You've got a stack leather heel, and then you get that Vibram sole. But these are extremely comfortable boots. I've not worn them before. The laces I put on, these are also Nicks Boots laces. I found some other ones online that I returned that they were not from Nicks. They were some other one. They were Lager laces. And they were $14, those ones that I bought. These I bought for $6 shipped from Nicks. And these are thicker. They're matched in color. They're perfectly cut, matched size. It's a beautiful set of laces. And $6 shipped. It's unreal. For the $14 that I wasted on that other set, actually I didn't waste. I sent them back for my full refund. So I'm waiting on that. But I'm going to order me another pair of Nicks laces because these are the best that I found. And if you call up Nicks, they are really helpful, super friendly. And I was honest with them when I called them and asked them about this rebuild, because I told them, I'm not going to pay $450 for a pair of shoes. And I think the $450 is worth it, honestly. It's just that right now I'm saving for a big purchase this year, 2016. So I'm trying to not spend too much money unnecessarily. But I did want these boots to ride my motorcycle with. And that's primarily why I bought them. I don't do any logging or anything like that. And when I do work around the house or I'm on a job site, I sell construction jobs. So basically I'm on job sites, but I don't physically do any work really anymore like that. But I wear Red Wings and primarily on the job site, only because they're comfortable and they're broken in, and they have those other soles that they won't pull up any dirt and mud and stuff. They're a wedge sole. Anyhow, getting back to these boots, my understanding is White's Boots has the same rebuild quality, except if you buy the Hathorn Explorer boot. I found that Hathorn is a line that is made under the White's name at the White's factory in Oregon or Washington. I can't remember which. One of them is in Oregon, one of them is Washington. I think they're Washington. I think Drew's is in Oregon. I'm not sure. Anyways, doesn't matter. The point is that they're U.S. made and that they can be rebuilt, except, like I said, for that Hathorn Explorer series. Any other boot like this can be rebuilt. And it's really a function that I think, or rather a feature that is unmatched, because you can run the life of a boot out pretty quick if you're doing this day to day, if you're really using these day to day. Like if I was working day in and day out, like I used to work masonry, I wouldn't wear these with masonry. But let's say you were a logger or you were doing an arborist, you're a tree cutter. these are what they use, these kind of boots. And if you were day in and day out, I can imagine these would be probably trashed, these bottom ends, in 2 years. And you would be at the bare minimum looking at a resole. In this case, 2 years go by, you can have the whole bottom end rebuilt and have a brand new set of boots. That's the beauty of this. And so you'll find many owners raving about their Nicks boots and how long they last, because you probably, if you take care of them, and I did the treatment on these, an Obenoff's treatment all through the boot, put some fresh laces on, and that's the way I basically treat all my boots. But I will get at least, at the bare minimum, 10 years out of these, if not 20. I'll get more than 10 years, because I don't wear them every day, for one, and just the way that I treat my boots and condition them and make sure that they don't dry out on me. That's the main thing you want to avoid. But again, even if you found some of these online, and this is really nice, and usually this upper is going to be nice because it's going to be covered with your pant or your trouser leg. This is where all the abuse comes. So if you found a pair that's really good uppers, and this is all cracked, and they were a dirt cheap price, and by dirt cheap I wouldn't pay more than $60, 70, 75 tops, with the intent of sending them in and getting a brand new pair for an additional $200, then you're talking $275, $260 all in for a brand new set, and that's half price of what they are new. So, but anyhow, just wanted to show you what you can find on eBay for really what I think is a great price to begin with. And I suspect that I won't be sending these in for a rebuild for, I don't know, 5 years. But the whole craft and the whole craftsmanship of hand-stitched boots and handmade boots is really a dying art. So you really got to take advantage when you can of getting a pair, and you'll really never look back, and you'll probably keep them for life for a good long while. So anyhow, hope this was helpful. Take care. See you next time.